Good morning, YouTube. I'm going to talk about Empire, my show. All right, so the show is Empire, season 3, episode 11. I don't know how they're going to do this because they have this break, right? Usually these shows go on, I think, generally 13 episodes. So they take this break at episode 10. I guess they break at 9, and then we saw 10 and 11. Is it almost over? I don't know how many episodes that they go. I guess they can go as many as 16. So it's not clear to me how long, where we're at as far as the episodes left. We're on episode 11 anyway. So hopefully they're not going to just take a break and come back and give us 3 episodes and that's it. I don't know how it works. All right, so this one opens up. Of course, uh, Cookie had her breakdown last week. She tore up the offices and all the. I guess you have money. It's not that big a deal. You just call in the cleanup crew. So they're showing everything been put back together. Cleaned up. I guess he can get some new gold records without scratches all in the glass. And she's in the shower. She's washing all the blood evidence off of her. Uh, yeah, this is just a big cleanup thing. Okay, so Akeem and Tiana, I guess they are back. The love interest in this. They're back together again. They've been together since the very beginning, off and on. But he almost married another girl. The other girl just disappeared. They got to the wedding, violence at the wedding, and she walked away, and then we ain't heard from her since, or even heard her name mentioned. So I guess Akeem and Tiana are back in item, although he's producing her album, and she is in competition with Nessa or Vanessa, who was with Andre. And then Lucius is playing them against each other, but Lucius is siding with against Cookie. So whatever the Cookie is involved in, he wants something opposite. All right, Leah gets they bring in this Leah, the mother, Lucius's mother. She goes in and out of different varying degrees of sanity because sometimes she's plotting and scheming, and sometimes she's almost catatonic. Sometimes she's just all spaced out, like she's got dementia or something. But this time she's definitely scheming. She wants to get rid of Anika. She can't stand her. They lived in the house together for a while. I guess two queens did not go in that castle. She hates her. She wants to get rid of her and get her out of the company. But they bring on this rather large lesbian woman. I guess the girl. Yeah, I guess she's not a lesbian woman. She's probably transgender. She's butch, and Mother Leah keeps making comments about about her sexuality or her identity. Anyway, it's a little bit of a mystery because you can't tell if she's going from male to female, female to male. But she likes the ladies, and Leah peeps that because she spots her eyeing a couple of the girls in this rehearsal they bring her to. Anyway, so Leah, uh, she shows up at this rehearsal, right? She's got this bodyguard who is the I want to keep calling her identify her by her sexuality or her identity. They didn't give us a name for her, I don't think. Anyway, for this bodyguard, she sees the bodyguard likes the girls, and so she calls one of the girls over, and she has her basically go over there and flash her ass a little bit to distract the bodyguard, so Leah can sneak out of the back of the studio. She's after Anika. Okay. Anika and Becky make nice. Becky wanted Anika's job. She wanted it before when she originally lost the job, and Lucius gave it to somebody else. Now that somebody else is gone, and Becky thought she was getting that job. She didn't get it. But Anika comes over and talks to her, tells her about her strong suits, and that she felt like She wasn't quite ready, but she would be seen to it that she got that job after she left, 1 or 2 years. And they make nice, and Becky calls her and they hug, and she says, "I'm so glad you're back," kind of thing. So those two are going to be in coots together. And Nika needs an ally there at Empire because she's not the beloved, and she is a murderer, if I recall from last season. Did she killed the baby? Tried to kill Rhonda? Yeah, so she ain't right. She gonna probably this is one gonna probably gonna have to die because she's. I'll get to why in a minute. Okay. Well, I'll get to it now actually. Okay, so Tariq is crossing her up with Lucius again. Tariq is still obsessed with Lucius. He's his FBI bosses have come and told him that this is dead. It's over. You didn't pull it. You didn't make it happen, and you didn't tell us that this was your half brother. He's taken off the case. So Tariq is now on leave. He approaches Anika. I don't know how he's on leave, but he still was able to get a subpoena. He approaches Anika and tells him that you married. We know you married Lucius, so he couldn't testify. You couldn't testify against him, but you can still testify against Cookie. So they want to go in a back door to get to Lucius. They want to get through Cookie, and they proposition this girl Anika. So of course she resists. Then he puts on the pressure. He gives her with a subpoena, and at the same time he's getting a subpoena from the government. He's also threatening her in a physical way. He had to see her uh, turn up missing by his hand or by Lucia's hand. It's not clear. Anyway, so now she's gonna work. She's gonna work with him. We're led to believe so far. I have a strong feeling that Miss Anika is about to die. You couldn't really do all the things that she did. Although they're all murderers. I mean, Cookie's capable of murder. Lucius is definitely like Bumpy said, a punk ass gangster. So they all are liable to kill somebody. I guess the sons don't kill people, but it looks like Andre, he's planning on doing his first murder too. Anyway, his second murder. If he kills his father, it'll be his second murder. All right. Okay, so Andre is still plotting to kill Lucius, but now he wants to make some things happen before he kills him, or before he takes over Empire. He feels certain that if Lucius dies, he gets the company. And we all know that didn't necessarily work that way. Now Andre's another one who he goes from being, you know, practically a handicap with this bipolar disorder he has, to being a very shrewd type businessman to being a killer. So his character is kind of complex, but he's plotting with Shine to take out Lucius. Shine is acting like him and Lucius is cool. They're both from the streets, both gangsters, ex-gangsters, record company gangsters type. But he's still plotting with Andre. Andre and Shine are still plotting together. Although they don't have the friendliest of relationships because they're constantly threatening each other. I mean, Shine is always on his got his foot on his neck about his niece daughter or niece, or I think it's his niece, but it's not his real niece, something like that. Anyway, about Nessa, because he's with Nessa. Okay, there's this deal going down about Vegas. Shine is hooked up with these guys who own a bunch of strip clubs all over, I guess from the East Coast all the way into the West, all the way into Vegas. And they wanted to do a deal with them where their Empire artists can perform there in his strip clubs. But and it gets a little convoluted there. Exactly what's going on with this deal that they're trying to work. Because Andre was already planning on killing him, so now he wants to kill him after this deal with Vegas goes down. So he has Shine introduce him to all these strip club gangsters. Okay, based on this deal they want to set up with them, their performers performing in strip clubs across the country. Okay. Next thing is uh, Cookie. Cops come after Cookie. I guess these are parole people. Probation. She's on probation still. Um, they come into the lobby of Empire, and Portia sees them at the desk asking for Cookie. So Cookie's coming around the corner. Portia says, "No, girl, there are people at the gate. There are people at the desk looking for you." Cookie spots them. She sneaks out the back. She calls her boyfriend. All these damn names. She calls her boyfriend, D'Angelo. He has to pick her up. So she's hiding out behind Empire behind the trash cans. He pulls up in his, government SUV, and then he gets his squash. He finds out what's going on. That they were indeed coming there to arrest her for a violation of probation. Her charge was going to be for hanging around with known felons. Her point is, of course, they're known felons. They're rappers. So most of the people she works with are felons. So someone is sick is put them on to her. So her and Angelo figure, oh, it's got to be Lucius, because Lucius is trying to ruin Angelo because he's his involvement with Cookie. They get in the car, they go and confront Lucius, right? Angelo is telling he got to back up off his woman. This is you had her, you blew it, now she's mine. It's my girl. Back up. They nearly get in a fight. They don't fight. Lucius and Angelo. Uh, Angelo steps away for one of his phone calls, and Lucius tells Cookie, I don't get on like this. This is not the way I do it. This is done by Terek. Terek is trying to get to you. But Angelo's able to call off the probation people. He is right about Terek, I suspect. Okay. Okay, so they don't get into it, but Angelo threatens Lucius, like he has power. Angelo has a certain kind of power over Lucius. Well, Lucius says, "Oh, you ain't fight your way to power." Angelo said, "I know I was born in it. I've always had my power." But the thing about Angelo is he has the power of the police. So Lucius is a gangster and he's very wealthy and all that, and he's got power of the streets. But as long as this man can get him arrested, use the FBI against him, or use the state government against him, he has the upper hand. So Angelo threatens Lucius. Okay, next thing. Okay, Jamal breaks it off with Derek. Derek is the producer. I guess him and Derek have sexual relations now and then. They've never been together, but they've kind of seen each other off and on. But mostly when Jamal was high. So he's saying basically, I'm not high anymore. I'm not high anymore, and I don't want to be with no closet queen. Or down low is the black language, but no man in the closet. I'm not doing that. If you're gonna be with me, you got to be with me fully. You can't do that. So this is where it ends, right? Now this guy looks a whole lot like his sponsor. So that's why I was confused them. They look very similar, but the sponsor has always just been Jamal's sponsor, who he met in when he was trying to get clean before he went to program. Well, finally, and I knew it had to happen because they made the sponsor way too good looking just to be his sponsor, his platonic and all that, and he made him look like the same type of guy. So I guess that's Jamal's type now, totally different from his old boyfriend. Anyway, so the sponsor and Jamal make out, so they are going to be a couple. I kind of guessed at that. Guess that. Oh, there's going to be something going on between those two. That's going to be his love interest now. They showed him kissing, moved away pretty quick. They're getting a lot less with all the homoerotic stuff lately. I see. Maybe because everybody's already had everybody. I don't know. The last thing we saw, the sexual scene was between Lucius and Cookie, which didn't quite happen. All right. Now this big murder scene. This is what I mean. Gets colluded. It gets to be too much in this scene. All right, so and I'm not gonna get this right because I know I was confused even when I watched it. Andre wants to meet these gangsters who run strip clubs. One is called Danger or something like that. They're very nasty to Andre. They don't respect him. He goes to meet them and the big boss in some warehouse. Okay. When he gets to the warehouse, this big boss guy, Spanish guy, he is abusive his black woman who is his wife. He drags her in there by her hair, and I, I can't. They rushed this. They had to rush it because I'm not stupid, and I usually I can get what's going on. But somehow or other, she has some connection to Empire because uh, the gangster guys, when he hears the name Empire, I guess he didn't know that coming into the meeting. He comes drags his woman out. He said, "You know him? You set me up," and all this, which is not being explained to us, or at least, or maybe something I missed. But so he slaps her and he's dragging her around and stuff like this. Andre says, "I'm not going to put up with you hitting this woman in front of me." So the guy, the gangster goes to pull his gun out. He said, "No, it's cool, it's cool." He throws her away. He goes to pull his gun out to shoot Andre. The woman goes into her purse, pulls out her gun, and shoots her husband or her man dead. One of the bodyguards when the bodyguard sees her shoot him, he pulls his gun to shoot her. But Shine is behind him, and he fires two in his head. So how many died there? Just okay. The big boss and the bodyguard died, and then the woman, she continues to make the deal. She says she still wants to make the deal about the strip clubs with with Shine and Andre. So I guess she set the whole thing up some kind of way. That it could be me, but I think that was way uh, I don't even know the goddamn word. Too much going on there. I couldn't understand what the hell was going on, and it wasn't set up right where it was understandable to me, in my opinion. Anyway, okay, so we had a couple of flashbacks in here. One was when Cookie and Lucius make love the first time. When she tells him after her father throws her out, then they're in a hotel together, and then when she comes and tells them that she was pregnant, comes to tell Lucius that she was pregnant. That would be with Andre. Then they show them another flashback of them having their wedding and reception in the whole 9 yards in a hotel room. They got a bunch of people in the hotel room. The bed is there, the cake is there, and the preacher's over there. Well, he married her because she got pregnant. That's basically what we take from that. Okay, so I believe that's it. This was a good episode, except for that scene where all the people were being killed and shot. I didn't get that, so it's just me. I'll watch it over again. Maybe I can enjoy it the second time around. Okay, so that's Empire episode 11. I don't know how many episodes we're going to get with this. They do the break, and I guess you would think they do the break somewhere towards the middle of it, so they come back and have episodes left, or why do the break in the first place? But and obviously this was already these episodes were already done because Becky hasn't lost her weight yet, so we know that. Anyway, I'm sure you enjoy it. Talk to you next week.